Remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on more awesome content. When we first saw Star Wars Battlefront 2 having all eras of combat, it was giving us hope, it gave us dreams, and then they crushed it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 has been out since November of 2017. I don't think I need to tell you guys that that's a long time. And when do we get a progression update? When does all of our hard work, long hours for people who maxed out all the heroes and all the classes, when does this all get thrown away and tossed for nothing? Pretty much about last month. Yeah, a progression update last month, November through freaking almost 4 months since the game has been out, since it was released. 4 months later, we get a progression update. What? Everything everyone has done has gone to pretty much just waste, and now they have to rework as each of the classes, getting skill points for anything they need to upgrade or finalize the upgrade. People sitting there with a ton of crafting parts or credits are now sitting there with useless junk because their whole economy system is destroyed. People like me, who is constantly sitting at almost 200k credits or over 1,000 crafting parts. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of Battlefront 2. It's so much fun, so much more of an improvement over the previous game by, I still say, like 200%. My biggest problem is the support it's been getting afterwards. This progression update not only ruined a whole bunch of stuff, but it comes so late. Comes just so late into the game. And for a game that has promised us Clone Wars, I feel like people who have had the game since launch, this update does nothing for. And really, all we want to see is Obi-Wan and more Clone Wars heroes. Anakin, Grievous, Dooku, Mace, Asajj Ventress. We just want to see these people. We just want to see these new battlefields. And what do the developers at DICE give us? Bespin Administrator Palace, a map that has already been released for the previous game. Like, you guys are spending all this time working on progression and other stuff. I mean, re-releasing is easy. Yes, and you're doing this because you want to keep the flow of content coming in, but you don't really want to spend the time making new characters. You know, I mean, I know they're making characters, but they're not putting all the effort towards it. They have the team working on progression, and basically they could have already had other heroes out if they were dedicating their full time towards it. And other games are able to release content at a much faster rate than Battlefront has been doing, and let alone other games can release new content. So the whole old excuse of, developers need time to work on this and that, yes, that is true. But at the same time, if you're not able to put out content the way other games are putting out content, the way other developers are putting out content, you lose. You lose that fight. There's just no excuse for you. Everyone has the same. All the developers starting out the same way. The only difference is the number of staff, that number of hours they work, whatever you want to put it. The developers at Battlefront at DICE are taking their sweet time working on things that are not really needed for people who have owned the game since November. I just want to see more Clone Wars stuff. I just want to see other era stuff. I mean, I just want to see more of the, I can't really see more First Order stuff or anything like that, or Resistance, but Clone Wars was the biggest highlight. It was the thing everyone was waiting for, and most people that have had the game since launch feel so let down that they have not released this stuff. A progression update is good. I like the update. It looks all flashy and animated, but in reality, all it does is it has set me back because I have a lot of useless currency right now, and at the same time, it does nothing for me to get me to want to actually play the game any more than I already have. There's a lot of other stuff that needs to be fixed, and progression was, yes, one of them, but that should have been fixed a long time ago. And it definitely shouldn't be used in place of adding new content, because progression is not new content. Bespin Administrator Palace is not new content. So definitely feeling let down in the department of content, because we just want Clone Wars. We just want, quote unquote, season 2 to happen. And no, we don't want it to be solo a Star Wars story. I know how promotions work, and I know that that's definitely something Battlefront would probably promote. but it's time for Clone Wars. I mean, Solo Story. Give us Solo Story. Give us a skin for Solo Story. Do that. Give us a skin. Give us a character or two. But put Obi-Wan and Grievous alongside it. I mean, the character model for Grievous has already been done forever. All they had to do was work on Obi-Wan. Grievous has been done. He was on the list of confirmed heroes before the game came out, and we still don't have a confirmed hero for the game that was supposed to be out soon after launch. It's just a little bit ridiculous, and it's definitely disappointing to see such a good game go through so many things that are completely avoidable by them just fixing, the progression problem a lot earlier, devoting a lot more time, hiring more people if you need to get that content out there on time. This is definitely an era of gaming where we as gamers are not sitting around as long waiting for stuff. Will I definitely sit around and wait? I won't be playing it, but will I wait and when Obi-Wan comes out, will I go back to it? Oh yeah, for sure. But you definitely need to be pumping out new content at least every couple months. And Battlefront has not done that. They've re-released old content, Finn and Phasma, yes, new content. But definitely progression has been used in place of putting new content out there. And that is where I'm saying that is not acceptable. There was a similar situation with a popular game called Rainbow Six Siege. And when that happened, they had an Operation Health to fix all the servers and do all this stuff. Was it necessary? Yes. Did it piss a lot of people off? Oh, yeah, it did. It's just not something that you can really do and expect people to just be on board with it. I'm on board with the prog, like I said. I just feel like there should definitely be content with the prog, because it's not even, I can even understand fixing servers and doing game fixes. I think those are definitely top priority over characters, but prog definitely should have been done earlier, definitely could have waited, and definitely shouldn't be this big of a project to where it's impacting the release of newer content. So I mean, prog, is it worth it? No, it's not, in my opinion. Prog could have happened later. You already waited long enough to where most people are already pretty freaking max. The only people that are not are the people that are just now getting the game. And maybe you guys want to cater to that, but I just want me some Obi-Wan, some Count Dooku, some Anakin, and Grievous. I just want that kind of content. I want to see new Clone Wars maps. That's what I'm waiting for. I think it would bring a lot of the player base back on board, and definitely think that would help the game a lot more than the prog updates. It's just becoming a lot, and then seeing the re-release of Bespin and old heroes just makes people feel like you're just going to keep releasing these old heroes. It just doesn't give them faith that you're working on new content when you're spending time re-releasing older content that people really don't want. I don't want to see Dengar in there. I really don't. I'd rather see him after all is said and done, and there's like 10 other characters in there that are not Dengar. That's when I'm okay seeing Dengar. That's my thoughts on this whole progression thing. And yep, it's a little bit late, but I've had time to kind of play the game and test out the progression and how everything is working, and those are my thoughts on it. Love the progression, hate when it was done, and I hate that it's in place of new content for now, because we definitely this last month of March should have definitely been the mark of having 2 new heroes again. Definitely should have been that mark. So I mean, I really don't want the game to die out. I love the game, think it's great. I just think the developers need to just go a different direction with what they're doing or what they're prioritizing. It just definitely feels like the right priorities are not in place. But those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.